Hi, welcome to ShowMeTheCurry.com. I'm Hital.
I'm Anuja, and today we're going to show you how to make the puris for Pani Puri. Since the beginning of time, and actually since we started Show Me the Curry, we have been getting requests all the time about how to make Pani Puri. Actually, the better question would be how to make perfect Pani Puri.
Yes.
And since then we have been trying and there's so many recipes out there. So many people have given their recipes and we've tried out a lot of different variations, but somehow you never get the exact thing like you get in India on a stall. It's just you put it in your mouth and crunch without it breaking up into things in your mouth and without hurting yourself. Just somehow it would not come out right. But now, better late than never, we have it for you. So here's our version of the perfect Pani Puri recipe, the Puri version at least. We'll show you the Pani in another video.
So for our Pani Puri recipe, we have half a cup of suji or semolina, and this is the fine variety of suji. We're going to add it to our bowl.
It's about 100 grams, so for people who don't have the cup measure, it's perfect.
Right. And to the suji, we have a very important ingredient. This is 1/8 teaspoon of baking powder. Now this is not baking soda, it's baking powder, so be sure you get the right variety. We're going to add that in. We also have 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we're going to take this mixture and just mix it around and make sure the salt and the baking powder gets incorporated into the suji. So we also have 1/4 cup of warm water. It's not piping hot water. We just heat it in the microwave for about 10 or 15 seconds, so it's nice and lukewarm. We're going to add our water in here and just basically soak the suji. Now once all the water is absorbed in there, we have 1 tablespoon of maida or all-purpose flour. Sprinkle it on there. And we're going to knead this dough for at least about 4 to 5 minutes, so a good deal of kneading here. And this dough is going to be a little sticky at first, but as that suji absorbs the water, it'll toughen up. So I've been kneading this dough for about 3 to 4 minutes, and look at this, it's not sticky anymore. That suji is really super absorbent, and it's a nice dough right now. So at this point, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of oil to this dough, and I'm going to continue kneading and kneading and kneading for another 3 to 4 minutes. And this is a really important part. Sometimes you see a list of ingredients and you see oil and flour and salt and you think, why can't I just put everything in there and knead it? So the reason we put the oil in later is that when you put oil into the flour first, it becomes like a short crust, like a pastry dough. And Pani Puri should be crisp, not pastry-like. So if you're going to put the oil in before and the flour absorbs that oil, you're not going to get the right texture. So once the dough is already made, and then if you put the oil in there, it's going to serve your purpose of making it nice and light and not chewy. And again, it's going to not soften up the dough to where it becomes like a pastry dough. So that's my lesson for the day. So I'm going to continue on and kneading and kneading and kneading this, and I will see you back in a few minutes.
Okay, Hital has been kneading it for an additional 4-5 minutes and it looks fantastic. Look at it. Oh, it just kind of has that elasticity and just bounces back. So at this point we're going to just take cling wrap and just wrap it tightly in that, and we're going to leave it on the counter for about 20 to 25 minutes. Just leave it aside and then we'll get with the rolling part of it. Let's have a look.
Dough is looking perfect. And there's 1 of 2 ways you can roll out Pani Puris. You can divide this dough into small bits, roll them around and roll out each single one, and that works great. If you're a good roller. The other thing you can do is you can take a bigger portion and roll out a big section, and then if you have something with a sharp edge, like a right size that it's going to fit in your mouth, then you can take this and you can cut your perfect Pani Puri shapes into that. So either way, that's an option.
Yeah, but that's a great time saver.
Exactly.
Also, we have oil heating up. So the oil is on medium heat right now, and actually medium to a little lower than that. So while we roll that out, this is ready to go.
So to help us roll, I'm going to drizzle just a few drops of oil on my rolling surface. And that way the dough doesn't stick and it kind of moves a little bit easier too.
Wow, see how elastic it is, and I think that's going to help it not burst when you put it in here, in the oil, basically.
And you have to roll it pretty thin because of that elasticity, it tends to pull back and become thick again. So I'm going to use our cutter, and you have to make sure your cutter has a really sharp edge. And sometimes we can't find katoris or that that have a sharp edge, but we're using a cocktail shaker, the top part of a cocktail shaker, and it's the perfect size. I can't get over it. We're just going to place it on here and twist it around, and it's going to cut the perfect circle. All right.
Bingo.
Now we can just lift these up and fry them.
Yep. I'm ready. Over here we have a tray, and it's lined with paper towel, so it absorbs all the oil. So we're ready to go. So you want to fry them till they're a little golden, flip them around and cook on both sides. All right, that looks good. We're going to take it out. Again, like we do for frying, we always pull it to the side and get all the excess oil out, and then put it on our paper towel. And you're going to carry on with the rest of it.
And then whenever you have your leftover dough, you can just pull it all together and once again make a little smooth ball and then re-roll it. So all of our puris are fried, and we're going to just remove the paper towel from underneath and keep it in our pan. And if you notice, a lot of the puris still have a little softness on top of them. So what we're going to do to fix that is we have our oven preheated at 200 degrees. So it's a very light, warm setting. And we're going to spread these out evenly, and we're going to keep this pan in the oven, and it's just, they're all going to crisp up. So whatever moisture is left from the frying, it'll take care of it in the oven, and they'll be nice and crisp.
Wow, just like the stalls in India. So our Pani Puri, our puri for the Pani Puri is out of the oven. It was in the oven at 200 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. And then we put it over here, and it's cooled down to room temperature. And wanna check it out?
Yeah. Perfect.
This is so good.
Yeah. And the thing about making Pani Puri at home is that you're not going to get the little perfect round shapes unless you're an expert roller, and there are expert rollers out there, but sometimes when you're lifting the puris up, the shape gets a little skewed, but they still puff up and they still taste great. So don't let that stop you, from making your own Pani Puri at home.
Yeah, so I guess now we have to make pani for the Pani Puri. So check out our video on that, and join us again on another episode of ShowMeTheCurry.com.
Adding a pinch of spice to your life.